Hey guys, this is Kevin from JazTime.com, and today we'll be reviewing the Rolex Submariner reference number 116610. We'll be going over the price, the dial, bezel, case, crown, bracelet, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. Okay, so as of January 2018, you can get this Rolex Submariner from authorized Rolex retailer for $8,550 plus tax. And for JazTime's pricing, you can always check our website or give us a call and we'll be happy to help you. Of course, prices are subject to change. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the dial now. With the Submariner, we have the basic Submariner dial architecture, most sports pieces from Rolex. We have the maxi dial, which are the circular arrow markers with index markers at the 6 and 9 o'clock position, and a triangular 12 o'clock position hour marker. They're luminous filled, which has a highly legible chroma light display with a long-lasting blue luminescence. A long-lasting we're looking is about 8 hours, or rather up to 8 hours. And the same can be said as the hands as well. The hands are Mercedes hour hand and the minute hand are fashion 18 karat white gold as well, and they are luminous filled as well. Besides that, one thing to note is that from the previous model of the Submariner, the 16610, had the same, pretty much the same style of dial. However, the hour markers were much smaller, so it was a little bit harder to read. So Rolex decided to up the size of the hour markers about 30%, so you can have more viewability in the day and also at night when these markers all glow in the dark. It makes overall the watches much easier to read now. At the 3 o'clock position, we have the Cyclops lens on top of a date window for magnification, easier viewing of that date. You can see that Cyclops lens just protruding from the sapphire crystal there. We have the Rolex name at the 12 o'clock position with the Rolex crown logo, and of course the Submariner name at the 6 o'clock position with the water resistance listed as well, the 1,000 feet or 300 meters. And as this is a professional diver's watch, of course, we have that really high water resistance where typical Rolexes such as Datejust are around 100 meters or 330 feet. So almost triple of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the bezel now. The bezel is a unidirectional rotatable 16-minute graduated scratch-resistant Cerachrome, or for better words, Rolex's term for ceramic. And it's the numerals and the graduations are also dusted, or rather coated in a platinum to give it a nice silvery look that matches very nicely with the case of the watch and the outer edges of the bezel. The function of the bezel itself is just to track elapsed time. So specifically, this is a diver's watch made with divers in mind. Unidirectional, meaning that it can only go one way, and that's to the left here. As you can see, as I try to turn it to the right, you can't turn it, but I can move it to the left. We matched up that period to the minute hand, and this is how a diver would track elapsed time, mainly for such things as like oxygen tank levels. You want to say you have 10 minutes in your oxygen. Now you can see where you are. Of course, no, you don't want to turn it to the right. That's why it's unidirectional, and then you get that misjudgment on how much oxygen you've wasted. Okay, but I mean, even if you're not a diver, it can be used for other everyday activities, such as if you're running a mile, you want to check how fast you run a mile. You can do that, and you can also check maybe a business meeting, or you can set at the start of the day and see how long it takes for you to get to work and such. It's a very, very simple function. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the case now. The case size of this watch, you're looking at a 40mm case size, and in the 40mm is from my index finger to my thumb. That's 40mm in diameter. The whole case is made out of 904L steel, which is a Rolex in-house made steel that has additional corrosion resistance and a little bit extra shine, as you can see from the nice high polish on the side of the watch, traveling very nicely with the bracelet. Same could be said on the other side as well. Nice high polish traveling with the side of the bracelet. And on the right side of the case, we have these nice Rolex crown protectors. As you can see, it's a little bit raised here on the side to protect the crown from any damage. The high polish is on the tips of the crown protector as well. The crown itself is a screw-down triple waterproofness system, so it'll unwind counterclockwise as shown. As you can see, in this first position of the crown, you can actually wind the watch About 15 to 20 clockwise turns is all you need to get the watch going once more from a dead stop. A simple tug of the crown will allow you to adjust the date instantaneously, going clockwise as shown. As you can see, just one simple revolution will change the date. And in the final position, that will stop the second hand or the hack movement. I'll show you once more. So that's the move. There's a second hand moving, and in the final position, there we are. Second hand has stopped for precise time settings, such as in the atomic clock online. You can set the time down to exact seconds while also being able to adjust the time or set the time. Okay. Pressing the crown back in, we'll start the second hand once more, and always make sure screw the crown nice and tight against the case, as you want to keep the crown protected, and you want to obviously keep the watch water resistance for that 300 meters or 1,000 feet. Okay. Moving on to the bracelet now, we have a very beautiful oyster bracelet, which is nicely sand finished on the 3-piece links. Same could be set on the other side of the bracelet. And for the clasp, we're looking at Rolex's sports clasp. This is a folding oyster safety lock clasp, and it simply opens up with the safety here being this little hinge. Opens up. The folding oyster opens up to reveal this nice high polished Rolex clasp blades with the Rolex name embossed onto that high polish there. One thing to mention about the clasp itself, right underneath, pulling out a 45-degree angle, will let you adjust the bracelet length. This was used in mind with, of course, divers once more. For their wetsuits, they wouldn't be able to put on they would be able to adjust the bracelet on the fly according to how thick their wetsuit is. And this feature is called the Glide Lock Extension Link System. As you can see, these little rivets underneath the clasp. That's 2mm increments for a total of 20mm of additional adjustment for the bracelet, and you can adjust it however you like. As you can see, just sliding up or inward and outward. You can simply lock it in place by pressing the bracelet back in once more, and there we are. So nice feature to have, even if you're getting this as a gift for a friend. You know, typically with some watch bracelets, you can't adjust it without having to remove a link, and then you have to go to watchmaker, have that link removed, and have it adjusted in a certain way. Whereas the Glide Lock makes it very easy. Just adjust to where you need it and put it on immediately. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist now. So once again, the safety opens up, folding oyster. Oh, actually, before we move on to me showing you the watch on my wrist, I actually forgot to talk about the movement. So the movement of this watch, we're looking at Rolex's tried and tested movement over 10 years. This movement is called the 3135, the caliber 3135 is a perpetual mechanical self-winding movement with the functions of the minutes, seconds, and hour hand, and instantaneous changing of the date with rapid setting and stopping in a second hand with precise time settings that have shown you what the crown functions. The oscillators are paramagnetic blue parachrome hair swing, which adds additional resistance against magnetism for more precise timekeeping, as the precision of the watch is -2 + 2 seconds a day. The power reserve of this watch is 48 hours, meaning you can put this watch down on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Saturday afternoon, and it should be keeping time just fine. So let me actually go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist now. See, as you can see, I actually made it a little bit too tight. So I'll go ahead and open this up. Open up to 45-degree angle. There we go. Not too tight now. Typically with Rolex watches, looking at a fitting of 7.5-inch wrists, I have an average man size wrist of 7 inches, and this fits just fine. So there's the face. This is the bracelet. As you can see, there's the height of the watch, the thickness, not too thick. Would fit in a suit cuff, dress cuffs very nicely. So if you're interested in this watch or any other watch for the lowest possible price, check out our website at JazTime.com. We have the lowest prices guaranteed. We offer a 1-year warranty. And if you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at JazTime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.